Hello folks, so let me show myself. There we go. So hopefully you can see this. Yeah, well, very interesting. I put the aerial on the car yesterday, the magnetic mount for the scanner, and I thought I'd come out with my mate Charlie there, who's a bit unsociable at the moment. Yeah, I thought I'd come out with Charlie, and basically I've had a bit of a mixed sort of response and success rate from the magnetic mount aerial, but I will explain all in just a moment. So first of all then, I'm just going to show you where we are. So as you can see there, we've got the car with the nice magnetic mount aerial on the top of it. Got it there, and you can hear it chattering away merrily there. And I think I've actually I've tuned into the flight information service of a nearby naval base, and it's a beautiful day at the moment. I've come out to the middle of nowhere. There's a very good reason why I've done that, and basically it was a bit of an experiment, folks, because until about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, I was actually up at Carnbray, up on the top of the hill there, and despite what I thought I would be in for some fantastic reception up there, because of the elevation of it. And you know, in the past I've had lots of success with the ordinary fixed, well, detachable aerial with the scanner, but today I was wrong, because it turns out that actually I've come about 5 or 6 miles away from Carnbray, and rather interestingly I've got much better radio reception. Now I've got a funny feeling that there are 2 large aerials on top of the opposite the Carnbray hill itself. You just about see them in the distance there. I don't know if you can make that out or not. Just literally that direction, dead ahead, there are 2 giant radio masts, and I think they're also they're telecommunications masts, folks, and they do everything from television to mobile phones and stuff. And I wasn't actually aware of how disruptive they would be to picking up the usual traffic, obviously through the magnetic mount aerial. And I've just done a little experiment which is rather interesting. And the further I've moved away from Carnbray, the better the radio reception on this is. And also, I'm probably about 8 miles away from the Naval Air Station, and that's probably helping as well. And there's a fantastic hill over there. I don't know if you can see that. That might be worth looking at sometime in the future. Dead ahead there, you've got a bit of a bump on the horizon there. That's pretty impressive. I'm not quite sure where that is, but I'll find out. But back to the radio then. So let's get back in the car, folks. Shut the door. So with the scanner then, and I've got it set at the moment on the airband frequency, which is about the only thing you can realistically receive, you know, on all the time, folks. I mean, air traffic control on the airband is quite a wide spectrum, and I've just been scanning the local sort of, like, you know, the airband frequency. Now obviously the flight information service from the naval base is basically kind of like a liaison of the naval base, because obviously they operate military aircraft from the naval base, and obviously coordinating all of the air traffic, civilian and military, to basically make sure that anything that comes near the air station doesn't, you know, every other civilian airliner or whatever it is flying in the area knows about it. And I've had some interesting sort of listening, and I've heard everything from helicopters and fixed wing aircraft coming and going, which is quite interesting. And it's one of the things I love about the radio scanner. And I think what I might do is I might unhold this a minute, because obviously with this radio, once you do receive something, you can actually push that little button, hold it there, and it will stay on that frequency. And now I've spent much time over the last few years building up this list of frequencies. Now a lot of what I've got here is actually defunct because a lot of things don't operate anymore, like the Royal Naval Search and Rescue Service, which is no more, and also the military frequencies for RAF St Morgan. Well, St Morgan is known as Newquay Airport these days, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to unhold that. Yep, I think I've done something wrong here. Never mind, folks. So I think what I might do is, yeah, just store that, restore that, and now I think the reason that the scanner normally goes through scan through the program frequencies in the memory bank, and obviously the reason it's not is because there's a lot going on at the moment today, folks. So it's kind of sticking to various channels, because obviously, see, we'll go back to channel 12 again, which was the obviously channel 12 being the inbuilt frequency. And obviously yeah, so I've also on this one I've got a feature on this where I can actually, I've got my favorite scan menu, which for anybody who knows the Uniden Easy XL 33XLT, you'll know that yeah, you will know basically the basic features of it, and obviously it allows you to have a programmable frequencies going into the radio that it keeps and remembers even when the batteries run out, folks, which is quite special. But yeah, it's a bit strange sometimes in the sense that there's lots of radio frequencies programmed into the memory, and what it usually does, it's impossible for a radio transmission to continuous transmission, because basically what happens is, obviously, the only time you're going to hear anything, folks, is when something is transmitted, and there can be several minutes or up to an impossible to measure time between each transmission. So if the scanner is not picking up anything on one channel, it will skip to another channel. But at the moment, the airwaves are quite busy, and there is a whole host of activity at the moment on the airband frequencies, and so that is why the scanner is normally, it's constantly skipping, searching through the pre-programmed memories. But obviously, I mean, at least with the pre-programmed searches of the inputted frequencies, then you can be fairly sure you're gonna hear something.
Gold 92 on the control, thank you, maintain.
Yeah, so you're gonna hear something all the time. But obviously, if we turn the favourite scan off mode, then that's gone, and basically try and scan, you're going to have a bit of a problem, because instead of scanning through some known radio frequencies, you're going to be scanning the entire frequency spectrum, and that's hard work for the little radio. So the best thing to do with these scanner radios is to get some frequencies and load them into the memory, so you've got these preset frequencies you can look at, and also you can keep going at whenever you want. So right, so I think that's about covers it from this project, then, this ongoing project, which I'm going to be doing more with anyway. So until the next time, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this brief little snippet of a silly old duffer out in the car playing with the radio, But thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.